something or someone that does not relent or is unyielding. In other words, it's somebody who doesn't stop and doesn't quit. When life starts to get sour and life seems to crash in on you like tidal waves, and you start to sink in the ocean of your problems, worries, and anxieties, what do? Some of us do the exact opposite thing of what we're supposed to do. And what some of us do is that we give up on God. But when you give up on God, you give up on the one who gives you the strength to live life to the fullest and to resist temptation. You give up on the one who gives you his protection from the seen and the unseen dangers of this world. But most of all, you lose all his blessings, which are our rewards for our walk with Jesus Christ. What we should in turn do is to be relentless in our relationship with God. But to be relentless, you must forget about your past mistakes and captivate your mind with the thought of, I am not perfect, nor will I be in the future. But if I relentlessly seek God, I will be blessed beyond my greatest imagination. And second, you must live by faith and not by sight. Because if you live by sight, you will only be setting up yourself for destruction, and God will not be part of your plans. For in Hebrews 11:6 it tells us that without faith it is impossible to please God. And a great example of being relentless is Jacob, son of Abraham and Isaac. Jacob was a nomadic man in the land of Canaan. And in Genesis 32:22-23, it tells us that one day he was moving his family's camp from one side of the river to the other. And as he did that, he was left on the other side because darkness had fallen. And that's where many of us face our trials, when we are in our darkest hour and we are alone. And the Bible doesn't say how or why it started, but he started wrestling with a man who was God for a blessing that would be life-changing. In chapter 32, verse 25, it tells us that sometime into this wrestling, the man God touched Jacob's hip, dislocating it, making him limp. Jacob could have given up right there because he was injured. But no, he didn't stop. He didn't quit. And we need to learn to do the same thing in our own lives. Like when life makes a decisive blow against you, and you feel like you just cannot go on, you need to persistently and relentlessly fight back, but with God on your side. And you see, even though Jacob was injured, he would not let this man go. For in chapter 32, verse 26, it tells us that the man God, seeing that he could not overpower him, told him to let him go because it was almost daybreak. But Jacob replied, I will not let you go until you bless me. And we need to be like that in our own lives. And we need to tell our problems, no, I will not let you go until you are resolved. And even though we get tired of serving God wholeheartedly because we are not seeing the results of our hard work, we need to tell ourselves, no, I will not give up, for my blessing is on its way. And we need to tell, but not only tell, but also show God that I will not leave you. I will not stop seeking you. I will not stop loving you and trusting you and praying to you until you give me my blessing, Lord. And you know what Jacob's blessing was? In verse 28, it tells us that his name was changed from Jacob, meaning hill grabber, to Israel, meaning Prince of God, or one who struggles with God. And a name change might not mean much to us today, but back then, your name was everything to you because it defined you. It was a symbol of what you were and what you were going to be. And this then would be one of the greatest blessings you could ever receive. And if you are relentless, then you will also get a great blessing beyond your greatest imagination. So we need to be relentless like Jacob, and we need to wrestle with our problems, but wrestle with God on our side. And when we get hurt, fight harder. Because at the end, you will receive a blessing from God that can compare to no other. Salvation through Jesus Christ. And God will bless you along the way. So I encourage you, if you are down, get up. If you are up, then go forward. If you're going forward, then go harder and faster than ever before. But most of all, be relentless.